Dennis Lynn Rader, born in 1945 in Pittsburgh, Kansas, is an American serial killer who became known as BTK, a name he created himself meaning bind, torture, kill. Between 1974 and 1991, he murdered 10 people in Wichita and the surrounding area. To his family, neighbors, and church community, he appeared to be an ordinary, responsible man. But behind this image, he was secretly driven by sadistic fantasies. From childhood, Rader showed signs of cruelty and control. He admitted that he enjoyed tying up animals and imagining scenarios of domination. As he grew older, these fantasies expanded into sexual desires linked to violence and bondage. During his teenage years, he often imagined women as helpless victims, and he later called his stalking process trolling, in which he would drive around looking for a project, his term for a future victim. After serving in the U.S. Air Force, he returned to Kansas, married Paula Dietz, and had 2 children. He worked in home security installation, which gave him knowledge of alarms and how to disable them. On the surface, Rader was a quiet, organized man who participated in church activities, led a Boy Scout troop, and appeared deeply devoted to his family. Yet in secret, he documented his violent fantasies in journals and drawings, preparing for what he called his hits. His first murders took place in 1974, when he killed 4 members of the Otero family in their home. Over the years, Rader would commit similar crimes, carefully planning each one. His pattern involved breaking into a home, restraining the victims with ropes or cords, torturing them, and killing them through strangulation or suffocation. He often took personal items from the victims as souvenirs, and later relived the acts by reading about the cases in the news or revisiting the crime scenes. Rader was obsessed with recognition. He wrote anonymous letters to police and media, describing his crimes and demanding attention. He enjoyed the fear he created and viewed himself as an artist of death. His letters included details that only the real killer could know, which both terrified and fascinated the public. Despite numerous investigations, he managed to remain unidentified for decades, living undetected among the same community he terrorized.
For more than 3 decades, Dennis Rader managed to live a double life, balancing his ordinary family existence with his dark, secret obsession. His crimes stopped in 1991, but his desire for attention never disappeared. He continued to fantasize about his past killings, collecting photographs, drawings, and written descriptions that allowed him to relive the experiences. His organized and methodical nature helped him hide evidence and control his impulses in public. He often attended church services and worked as a compliance officer, enforcing city rules about animals and lawns, a job that ironically gave him a small sense of power over others. In the early 2000s, Rader grew frustrated that his crimes had faded from public memory. Seeking recognition, he began communicating again with police and media under the name BTK. He sent packages containing letters, photocopies of crime scenes, and puzzles about his identity. Investigators used these communications to trace him, but it was a computer disk sent in 2004 that finally exposed him. Data from the disk contained the name Dennis and the location of his church, leading police directly to him. DNA tests from his daughter's medical records confirmed the match, and he was arrested in February 2005. When confronted, Rader confessed calmly, explaining his crimes in chilling detail. He described each murder as a project, speaking about his victims with cold detachment. During court hearings, he often smiled and showed little emotion, explaining his urge as something he could not resist, a part of himself he called Factor X. He claimed it was an internal drive or demon that pushed him to kill. His statements shocked the public with their lack of remorse and methodical precision. In June 2005, Dennis Rader pleaded guilty to 10 murders and received 10 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. In prison, he remains isolated but occasionally communicates with journalists and criminologists who study his psychology. He has written long letters describing his fantasies and how he organized his crimes, referring to them as projects and himself as the master. His writings show an obsession with control, structure, and ritual, mixed with narcissism and a craving for acknowledgement. Even years after his imprisonment, Rader continues to fascinate psychologists and criminologists as an example of a killer who successfully lived a normal life while committing horrific acts. He's often cited in studies about psychopathy and organized serial killers, individuals who plan their crimes carefully, maintain social stability, and hide behind a mask of normality. Today, Dennis Rader serves his sentence at the El Dorado Correctional Facility in Kansas, where he is kept under strict supervision, his name forever associated with one of the most chilling phrases in criminal history: bind, torture, kill.